Hey everybody, how are y'all? Good, I hope. I hope everybody's doing all right. All my supporters, all my followers, all my fucking trolls. I got trolls watching every video, commenting every video, making fake accounts. I got one troll who says said he watches my podcast, which was an hour. He says, I lost an hour of my life. I can't get back. And then I look at his comment, right? It says it was 3 hours old. And then I go and look at his profile. It says his profile was only 3 hours old. So naturally, it was somebody, one of the trolls who just made an account just to come and try to troll me. Like, these dudes are literally fucking stalking me. Grown men stalking my account and fucking straight up making accounts because trolling from one account isn't enough. It's pathetic behavior. And I'm like, how'd you lose an hour of your life when your comments only as old as your account? You fucking idiot. And naturally he deleted it because it made his troll account look so stupid that I believe he had deleted not only the comment but the account. And then I realized there's other accounts that were troll accounts I didn't even know. It's just crazy, but I guess it comes with the territory. If my podcast and my account itself was nothing and I was a nobody, that I wouldn't have trolls. So I guess it's got to mean something. So not that I think I'm anything special, but I'm just saying. If you're a nobody and you're not putting out content that's of substance, nobodies don't get trolled. You know what I mean? You gotta have something to be getting trolled. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I'm trying to make as much sense as possible. So. But enough about that. So the first podcast, I mean, obviously it had some issues, and I never claimed to know what I was doing. It was the first time I was putting content out with that camera, which I really didn't know much how to work in the first place, and I definitely needed more tutelage with it. But Jake really wasn't available to do so I just had to kind of just try it and learn on my own. And I know one thing, that I had it on autofocus, and it was supposed to autofocus, and it just wasn't. So I don't know why the hell it was so fuzzy, but we'll try to fix that. I'm supposed to be meeting Jake at some point, and hopefully we can fix that. We could get to the bottom of that. I think I figured out enough about the camera itself to put out content. The spot that was picked, that wasn't my spot. Me and Jackie had a spot the night before. I don't know if I put out the pictures. You could see we were alone. There was no one near us. It was somewhere else in the Navy Yard. That there was no, it was secluded, and if we had just stuck with that spot, none of the issues that came forward with the podcast we ended up putting out, we wouldn't have had any of those issues with any of the music in the background. And I think there might have even been fireworks and all that other stuff that people found reasons to complain about. but mostly it was all support. 95% of the comments were all support, but you know, people still did find reasons to say shit about. But I don't even want to give people that. But if we had just stuck with what I wanted, I went with someone else's suggestion. And usually, you know the saying, happy wife, happy life. When I don't go with her suggestions and she says, I'm not going to help you and this and that, I just, you know, was just trying to. She had scouted that place out while me and Jackie were shooting the night before. And what happened was, I didn't know how to work the camera and the friggin' mic wasn't on. So we shot a whole podcast, which came out so good, so much better than the one we put out, because I thought we were running out of time and it said the battery was low. So we ended up kind of having to rush things, and things didn't really come out organically as it did when we first did it. So we had none of the interruptions, no having to scream at yuppies. There was no one else around. It was just like a nice night down the Navy Yard. Me and Jackie, who know each other so well, everything flowed so perfectly, and it's just such a shame that episode it's never going to see the light of day because it had no audio. So it is what it is. You learn from your mistakes. That's what I've done my whole life. I've learned from my mistakes. That's why I am where I am. Anytime I get knocked down, I get back up. We'll learn from it. We're obviously going to scout a different location, find somewhere else in the Navy. That's why this kid that keeps asking me where I'm going to be, he wants to meet me. Because I obviously told him, I think even Lorraine said he wouldn't say that shit, and obviously I said it too. You're not going to say that. This kid came at me like it was personal. This kid Tommy, whoever the fuck he is. And then he tried to say it was just constructive criticism, right? And it wasn't. If you want to give me constructive criticism, I'm fine with that. But come at me respectfully as a human being. Talk to me like a fucking man. You ain't going to come yell at me and disrespect me and think that I'm going to come back at you anything but the same way. I'm going to give you the same energy you give me. That's the way I've been my whole life. I don't know if you know me, you know anything about me. I don't know why anyone would expect anything different. So that's where you're going to be. Then just call me a stool pigeon. And then said, because I didn't tell them exactly where I'm going to be. Because I don't know where I'm going to be. I've stated that many times. I don't know where I'm going to shoot. Because the last place we shot caused such a big thing, right? And there were so many people there, and there was so much noise that I had to find somewhere else. I don't know where I'm going to shoot. All right? Fucking tough guy? I don't know where I'm going to shoot. So I don't know what background in your life gives you the idea that you're a tough guy. Do you have a background of being a fucking tough guy? That's the difference. I have a whole here's the thing, I'm not a tough guy anymore. I'm a family guy. But I have a whole fucking thing on here, 80 videos, right? About 60 of them are stories of me getting in fights and putting in work and shit like that, and people in the comments verifying that shit. All right, so that's where I get off with thinking that I can talk tough, and I do, because that's how I've been my whole fucking life. All right, and it's like you try to change, you want to change, and it becomes impossible when you get people that just come at you sideways for no reasons. I'm trying to do something positive. And no, I don't know what I'm doing with all this equipment. So put those two together, right? And then say, you know what is the reason to come at me sideways? All right? I did my best with what I had. I took a suggestion from somebody. I probably should have just stuck with the place that I had. But I didn't. So what? I still put out some content. And you know what? The content itself, the actual fucking content, was good. The message was good. Okay? I've even had somebody come and say, you know what? I watched your podcast. I was going to continue using it. I left a program in Florida. This was John Burke. I went out with his sister for a long time. Messaged on Facebook. Thank you, John. Thank God for your podcast. I left a program in Florida and I was just going to continue using. And I sat there and I watched your podcast. And because of it, it gave me the strength to call and ask for help. Not to continue using. So because you saw my podcast, my one mission, the one thing I want to do with each episode is help at least one person. I would like to help 100, but obviously that's not a feasible idea. But if I can help at least one person, then my mission is accomplished. And you know what? I got that message that I helped at least one person. One person is safe and stop using because of the message that we put out. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. That's the whole fucking point. So all the shit talk and all that, none of that matters. The bad lighting and the shit going on in the back, none of that matters. He heard the message and the content, just like almost everyone did that wasn't looking for the negative. There's people that just come on social media looking for the negative. They're pessimists. They're glasses half empty type of people. And when you're that type of person, there's something wrong with you. That's your issue, not mine. Alright? But, okay, you want to leave a negative comment? Oh, alright, whatever. But leave it at that. Don't fucking stalk me, bro. You're stalking me. G-Money, Tommy, you're stalking my comments. You're stalking my comments. People leaving other comments and now you're commenting on their shit. Which shows that you're literally coming on. He's giving me views every day. Okay? So you're giving me views and you're giving me comments. So you're helping my shit. Because every day you're giving me views and you're giving me comments. Okay? You're helping my shit. And then every time I respond to you, that's another comment. Okay? So because of all the back and forth, there's over 300 comments. Only 30 of them are because of the back and forth. But so there's a lot of positive comments. It's got 1.5k views. So I'm hoping the next one, which is Wednesday, I have a very good guest. Very good guest, guy that did a lot of time, just changed his life. Same thing. He's a life coach, a recovery coach, runs his own groups in Braintree. He's got so many more things that he's going to add when he comes on. But he's another power of example. Another power of example. So, I got another great guest coming Wednesday. I can't wait to shoot that episode. Catch up with him. Billy Coleman is his name from Southie. I don't know, couple of yous might know him, couple of yous not, because he's been away most of his adult life. And then we got Matty from the W number on Sunday. And I got a special guest next week. I mean, a really special guest that I hope once everybody sees. There's no reason that this episode shouldn't break 3,000 views, because he's somebody. Every episode in the Boston area, every podcast would want on. Do you know what I mean? There's a reason that somebody very, very big, somebody very popular, important from the Boston area. Went to go see him in prison when they were. Well, I don't want to give away too much, but trust me, this is a very special guest. Okay, and I wouldn't say that about any other of my guests. They're all special, but I mean this is a special guest that this is gonna really, that most people would want, but he's not really available like that to people because he's a shut-off individual. He doesn't really leave himself open like that to somebody that would leave himself open to be interviewed like that. But he's a good friend of mine. He's offered himself to be interviewed to basically to help my page. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. He's a good man. He sees what I'm doing, that I'm trying to do something positive. All the negativity, I shouldn't be letting it get to me. And you know what? I need to really put that to an end because it's really nowhere. It's nothing. It's a lot of people on social media need to deal with it. It's something I need to deal with. And my anger is something I need to deal with. And because of my anger, I do stupid things. And I lash out. And then afterwards, I'm like, you know what? I kind of wish I didn't do that. And I have longtime friends that I've lashed out against, that I've done things. And afterwards, I had that ugly pit in my stomach, and that's what made me feel that I really still kind of care about the person, because I wouldn't feel that way afterwards. After I did it, I definitely talked too much shit, talked mad shit, gave details of this person's life to somebody that I shouldn't have. And I'd really like to talk to this person, a person I've been friends with a long time. I really like to, use this platform as a platform to say, I'm a man, I'm human. You upset me. I was upset by something you did, and it caused anger. And I lashed out at that anger in a couple different ways that I probably shouldn't have. And in hindsight, if I could take back, I would. I definitely would. But I can't. What's done is done. I'm sorry, Joe Lawler. I'm sorry. I love you, bro. I do, from the bottom of my heart. I would do anything for you. You blocked me. I really, there's no way I can really get this to you. I'm gonna have to send it to Devin. And even Devin, I have to apologize, because you were collateral damage in that, and we've been okay. And when you stopped showing visible support for me after I was showing support for the both of yous, I got upset. And then seeing you show support for other people, it upset me, because clearly it showed me that there was a reason that you weren't engaging and showing support on my shit, and it was obviously tied to Joe, which I know the only reason could be that he was upset because I've only really talked to one person about him, and I know they didn't tell me that they went and said anything to him, but I know that it has to be that person that went to Joe and said, hey, this person said this and this about you, or maybe sent screenshots. I don't know. And I give you my word, on my kids, they didn't talk, but I knew as soon as I did it, it was a bad move. And I was fucking angry. I was angry. I mean, if that's the worst thing I ever do in my life, I mean, if you can't forgive me for that, I don't know. I guess we were never friends. But yous did something that upset me, and nobody really gave me an explanation, or really came to me as a man and explained what the reason was or what really went on. And that's all I wanted, and it really made me feel upset. The thing with the fights, nobody responded to me. Nobody. Just think about how that made me feel. I really want you to really think, if you were in my position and the tables were turned, and I had a good time the first fights in January, and I really couldn't wait till the fights came in June, and I started a group text and everything for all of us to get ready for the fights, and kept texting and kept asking, and nobody ever fucking responded to me. Nobody ever gave me an answer, and then you all went to the fights without me. That made me feel really fucking low. That made me feel really like shit. And then Danny, right? For Danny to sit there and continue to sit there, he just won't take any fucking accountability for anything, right? He still won't take any accountability for what I mentioned to you, right? He's still saying, well, what was I supposed to do? He's still saying he fucking called me and texted me, when the only contact he attempted was a message on one of my 6 Instagrams. He didn't call me on my phone. He didn't text me on my phone. So he clearly didn't want me to go. And it seems like you didn't want me to go. So, I mean, this is, you have to look at it from my point of view. This is me putting it out there. This is me bearing my soul. I was wrong what I did. Anything I said to that third person, and anything I said online, talking shit, trying to, I don't gauge a reaction. I'm sorry, I was upset, and I was upset for a while. But in hindsight, thinking back over the years, and thinking back over the years of our friendship, there were times when I could call you and reach out to you, and you'd be there in a second. I don't know what happened to that time. Towards the end, we weren't there anymore. Like I said, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what I did. I don't feel like I did anything. But I still feel like if any time you reached out to me or you needed me, I'm there. You need me, I'm there. Joe, I'm there. Devin, I'm there. All you need to do is call me, text me. But you never did. Never wanted to reach out. I just feel like you got each other, and that's it. You feel like you don't need anybody else. Maybe Driscoll and the other kid Nick there when it suits you, but I don't know. We've been friends forever. I don't see how you just forget about that. So I apologize for my part. I was wrong. In hindsight, if I could take it back, I would. Words are just words. Do you know what I mean? Are you really gonna let them affect a lifetime of friendship? If you are, like I said, a friendship really clearly didn't mean that much. I mean, after time I got over what hurt me. I would think after time you can get over what hurt you, and we can have a talk. We can talk like men should. That's what men do, right? That's to be able to talk. I could admit I was wrong. You know what I mean? I just expect the same from you. So, I don't have any stories. I do have stories, but right now I really not feeling it. I gave a kind of setup what we got. Like I said, Wednesday, we got a great podcast. I know that's going to be a great episode, and that's going to build off the momentum of episode 1. I wish I had somebody this weekend. I tried. I couldn't get anybody. Sawbuck pulled a Sawbuck. We shall say. But that was just a miscommunication. So I'm going to try to get Sawbuck this weekend along with Matty. That would be nice if I could get two episodes in this weekend, and then edit all day Monday and try to get both those episodes out. So that would be 2, 3, and 4 would be Billy, Matty, and Sawbuck. Those are solid episodes, all of them. Especially Matty, got a great following. A lot of Matty's followers know me anyways from being on the W number regularly. He asked me to come on tonight, but it was at like 3:30, and I just didn't have enough heads up. So I'm sorry for that, Matty. I definitely would have. I just, you know how it is with the family. I just need a little more heads up, and my wife was out with the car, and she didn't come home till like 5 o'clock, so there was just no way it was possible. You know, if you give me more heads up, I'll be on there. It's been a while since I've been on the W number. I would love to come on and co-host a live, you know that. So Matty will be on. Most of his followers know me anyway. Sawbuck will be on. He was just on B. Luke. He keeps it real. Trust me, everything that he said, I know him. I did time with him. We were in Billerica. We were up to Max. That little shit gets it. That little prick got it in. He will fight anybody. He does not give a fuck. He's about it. And Billy Coleman, that's another real motherfucker. Just did 12 years in the feds, and he's got a great story. So everybody, I appreciate you for watching, for following. I can't tell you how grateful I am for each and every one of you. Each and every one that likes, comments, shares. It's so important. The engagement gets me so much more views. If you can keep doing that, I appreciate it. You can never like, comment, and share too many times. And if you could do the same with this video. If you watch it and don't like and comment and share, it does nothing for my content. It does nothing. Just the watch itself, yeah, it's okay, but it's just like another person just watching it. Not if you know me, you gotta like and comment. Please smash that like button. Please comment. Tell me what you think, and share to Facebook, share to whatever. Please, that's what gets more views, and we're trying to get this to a bigger audience. We want to help people. I'm trying to help people today, not hurt people. Okay, Tom? Not trying to hurt people today. I'm trying to help people.